these guys know this. Reggie was slightly invested today in the LSU-Alabama game. I'm hearing yelling, you're kicking things, you're FaceTiming people.
There may be some drywall that needs to be repaired.
Right?
We got a chance to speak. We FaceTime Coach O.
Emotional guy.
Right here. But
Very
no, you know what? I was happy for Coach Orgeron because I've seen just the progress, the work, the things that he's had to overcome, the adversity throughout his coaching career he's had to overcome. And to see him now be the top dog in the SEC, but in the nation, it's amazing to see because we obviously have a personal relationship with him. He's the reason why I went to USC, recruited me there. But he had his guys ready to play.
The one guy he had ready? Quarterback, sure.
Quarterback,
running back.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the difference maker today. I know Joe Burrow played great, but, man, some of the plays that this guy made, running through tackles, breaking tackles, he was a physical. This was a big-time play right here. Being able to run through tackles like that, and he did this time and time again. This sealed the deal for them. And so when you have a player like that, he really, to me, he stole the show.
Yeah.
He was the difference maker. And we kind of talked before the game that this run game has to travel, but he did that, and he was a factor in the passing game as well.
Yeah, he was the X factor and really a big reason why they won. And how about just mighty Joe Burrow? Coach,
Yeah,
it's unbelievable what he continues to do on the biggest stage. You're talking about going on the road against Alabama, Tuscaloosa, against Nick Saban and these defenses, and throwing for almost 400 yards. And then, Brady, you mentioned really the difference was just his ability to use his legs when he had to and then when they needed him to, especially down the stretch. But the accuracy, the timing, he's a competitor, he's a grinder. He's not flashy in his game, but he gets the job done. And I'm just going to say it, and it's first week of November, I think he's the Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, for sure.
I don't see how, unless something drastic happens. There's a lot of great players. There's a lot of great games left. He has been the biggest and the best on the biggest stage every single week, and this sealed it for him, in my opinion.
Tua and Chase both took hits today in that.
To your point, the wire-to-wire and versus arguably the toughest schedule they've played.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking Florida, Auburn, going on the road to Texas earlier in the season, which is a tough environment, and then going on the road to Alabama.
Yeah, I think when you start talking about college football playoff and Heisman, you've heard this over and over again, eliminate, just take the games where there's overmatched and take them and don't even watch them. Put them away. They don't count. Eye test, none of that stuff counts. Take the 2 or 3 or 4 big-time games. Joe Burrow's had 4 elite games. He played his very best. And that's why I think when you start talking about a Heisman, I hate to say it this early.
Me too, but...
I mean, my gosh, what are you talking about?
No, I mean,
and the same thing with the college football playoff now. Get rid of all the, all due respect to those other teams. Don't watch them. The committee should not be allowed to watch those. Just watch the big-time games against big-time opponents. That's what we did in recruiting. I don't want to see, if Reggie Bush is playing some team that they can't tackle him, why am I watching that?
I got you. But they all matter. And look, at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing about Joe Burrow and LSU, what they've done, this game was not as close as that score looked.
No.
When they wanted to, they scored at will. They really did. And look, Tua Tagovailoa wasn't 100% healthy. You could tell that. I actually thought as the game went on, it looked like he was struggling more and more, really to move around and make throws. And when there were plays to be made, the wide receivers for Alabama didn't make them. I thought the LSU defense did a tremendous job challenging them, playing tight man-to-man. They hadn't seen much of that all year long. And credit LSU, Ed Orgeron, and everyone else the way they played.
And Tua, real fast. Tua, we all respect that effort.
Oh, it's tough as nails. Unbelievable.
Tuesday, can't wait to see who is number 1. It's kind of 1A right now between LSU and Ohio State.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.